Hey, what's up YouTube, this is Stellar Toad, and today I'm going to be talking about shadow work. So, shadow work. First I'm going to start with what it is, and then I'm going to then tell you about my personal technique for doing it. But before I start any of that, I have to tell you that I want you to create your own technique, because if you create your own technique for shadow work, then it'll be unique to you, and it'll work better for you, okay? So, that being said, what shadow work is integrating the subconscious mind into the conscious mind, okay? And the reason for doing that is traumas from your childhood and your adulthood and basically past events in your life or current events in your life can fragment your consciousness. And that happens in all manners of ways. If you have a trait and the majority of people don't like it, then you might be forced to try to change that trait about yourself, and you're getting a little bit further away from who you are every time you do that, and that happens incrementally all the time as you're a child, even though a lot of the time most traits can be used in a progressive, good way in the world. But most of the time, their darker half, or their less useful, most undesirable half, is seen first. Okay, so that being said, that's what shadow work is, and that is the reason for it. Now, this is my technique for shadow work. So first, you're going to start with holotropic breath work. I have a few videos for that on my channel. One of them is my most popular video. Okay? So you're going to start with holotropic breath work, which means moving towards wholeness breath work. And you're gonna need a comfy setting for that, and when you do it, you're going to want to set the intention not to get high and have a good time, because this is a type of breath work that does affect your consciousness and you can get high using it. But you're not going to set the intention to get high with it. You're going to set the intention to use it to get really deep into your subconscious, okay? Which it can also be used for. And, yeah. That's what you're going to set the intention for using it as. And you're just going to do that for, 15 minutes about. And so after you've done it for 15 minutes, you're going to keep doing it. It's just at the point where you've been doing it for 15 minutes, you're going to try to bring negative states of emotion into your being. The state of consciousness you're going to want to focus on, and you're going to want to bring up into your emotional body, is the state of powerlessness, the emotion of powerlessness and sadness and grief and depression. The reason is because this is the lowest vibrational state of emotion. It's at this point that someone is apt to kill themselves. This is the lowest pits of the human consciousness before it just can't go on anymore. You're going to bring that emotion up into yourself, and you're going to fill yourself with that terrible, bitter draft, as it says in the Red Book. You're going to fill yourself with that, okay? And as you do that, it's going to bring memories, okay? It's going to bring up memories of things and events in your past and traumas in your past that cause you to feel that way, okay? And as that happens, you're going to then convert the sorrow, the powerlessness, and you're going to convert it into rage, that you were made powerless in the first place. Okay, this is called a phoenix meditation. You're going to convert all the sadness and anger you're going to convert all the sadness and grief and powerlessness into anger and rage. And you're going to bring that energy into your aura, okay? You're going to bring it into a field around yourself. And I don't mean you're going to imagine it coming out of yourself into your aura, because that's too shallow. You're going to feel it like being ripped out of your soul, and it's going to come into your aura. And then you're going to cycle that pure fire around your body, okay? And what that's going to do is it's going to bring it out of your subconscious and into your conscious mind by bringing it into your aura. That's what you're doing through energy work. You're going to bring all that pure destruction and bring it into your aura and cycle it around and create powerful, dense energy with it, okay? And when you're going to sustain that anger and rage to yourself, but you're going to sustain it as long as you can. You're not going to hurt anyone with this, but you're going to sustain that and keep the energy flowing as long as you can until your will does not permit you to hold the rage inside anymore. Okay? And you're not going to let that rage outside of yourself, but you're going to do it until the rage can't be sustained anymore and you burn out. Okay? At the point when you burn out and you've exhausted your emotional resources and you've numbified yourself, basically. This is spiritual lidocaine. Okay? And the reason for that is once you kind of temporarily get rid of that emotional baggage that's connected to your emotional traumas that caused that emotional reaction or response, whichever one it was, then you can look at it. You can kind of understand. You can study your emotional traumas and those memories that came up, and you can work on forgiving yourself you can work on forgiving yourself, period, and you can work on forgiving others, period. No matter what they did, just work on forgiving them, because everyone is human. Teal Swan has very good videos on forgiveness, and I recommend her videos if you are in a process of shadow work. She's basically like an expert on shadow work, in my opinion. So anyway, you're going to pause, leave a like, subscribe, comment, share, and hit the bell notification on this channel. Now I'm going to continue with the video. So, after the anger burns out and you have reasoned and tried to understand your traumas in the past and in the present, wherever the traumas are, and you've tried to forgive them as much as you can, then the meditation cycle is over. However, you're going to do that every night if you can. If you have the will, if you have the moxie to do it every single night, then you're going to heal a little bit of that emotional trauma every night, okay? I doubt that you do have the moxie to do the shadow work every night, because I do not have the moxie to do that. It's difficult, okay? So, yeah. You're just going to keep doing it every night. And as you do it, okay, this is a specific order, okay, in shadow work. You first bring up powerlessness because it's the lowest. But then you're going to work on bringing up rage first and things that caused you to feel rage in the shadow work, okay? Because before you were converting the powerlessness into rage, now you're going to bring rage and convert it and just burn it up and convert it into grief, okay? You're going to convert it into, well, this happened, and I don't like that. But it happened, it's in the past now, and that's a higher vibrational state than it was at before, which is rage. Okay? And you're going to work on forgiving the people that caused you to feel rage, and forgiving yourself if you caused yourself to feel rage. Okay? So it's a process of forgiveness once again. So you go through an emotional cycle. So you bring up powerlessness and sorrow first, then you bring up rage, then you bring up grief and convert it higher, and eventually you have integrated your shadow. And once you integrate your shadow, you're going to realize that you're able to break into the shadows of your past lives. And when you do shadow work, you will become aware of your true. When you have entered the process where you're integrating your shadow, your psychic abilities will increase. I don't mean psychic in the way of TV psychics. I mean psychic as in psyche-ic. Psyche is in your mind. Brainic. Okay, consciousness-ic. Psychic. Now, yeah, those abilities will increase. You'll understand your true will, and you'll be more connected to your higher self. As the Red Book says, which is a book all on shadow work that takes the educated mind to understand. I didn't understand it the first time through. As it says, when you bring up these negative emotions, you're drinking of the bitter draft. And, yeah, that's difficult. But you regain connection to your soul. You refine the soul. And that's your higher self. You gain connection to the entirety of your consciousness and not just part of it that you normally have. So, yeah. This shadow work is the ascension of karma. Which brings me to my next video that I'm going to make on the 10-pointed star. Okay? So, I have a new series on this channel of sacred geometry. This is the thing. I know that the sacred geometry vids, so far, even though it's just one, I know that they have bombed. They have not gotten very good views, very good watch time, or very good anything. They're not medicine for the channel, to say the least. And neither are the aerokinesis videos that I've made. But because I still want to make those videos, I'm going to continue. Those who appreciate what I have to say, they'll see the videos. Who don't, they will not. Anyway, so yeah. The next video I'm going to make is going to be on the 10-pointed star, and I'm going to explain the mathematical reasons that it means something, and how it can be used, and how you can implement it, and how you can use it in spirituality, how you can use it to invoke a cause. You know, it brings me that was yeah. My next video is going to be on the 10-pointed star in my sacred geometry series on the channel. So, leave a like, subscribe, comment, share, and hit the bell notification. See ya.